Buongiorno a tutti, sono Giulio Finzi di Netcomm. Questa mattina parliamo di cross-border e-commerce. Abbiamo due speaker da Tmall Global e quindi un minuto, aspettiamo ancora che qualche altro collega possa entrare nella sessione, ma un minuto e partiamo con il nostro incontro, con il nostro webinar. La Cina è l'unico paese al mondo che offre la possibilità di fare cross-border e-commerce in una maniera regolata e gestita, devo dire, in maniera molto puntuale e chiara. Sono alcuni anni che questa funzione è disponibile, la normativa è in evoluzione, molte imprese italiane hanno fatto e stanno facendo cross-border e-commerce e sicuramente Tmall è il partner di riferimento, essendo leader di mercato nel mercato cinese, appunto. Quindi io partirei subito, chiedo a Marcella Lee di Tmall Global di attivare il microfono. Marcella, can you switch on your microphone and your video? Switch also your microphone, please.
Yes.
Grazie Marcella, benvenuta. The stage is yours. Please,
Thank you, Giulio.
ready for listening to you. Thank you.
Ok, grazie Giulio, grazie a tutti, salve. Sono Marcella, parlo un po' italiano. Però la presentazione faccio in inglese, magari durante il Q&A possiamo scambiarci anche in italiano se hai qualche domanda. Poi oggi faccio la presentazione con la mia collega. La prima parte faccio la generale introduzione di Tmall Global e fashion category. Poi la seconda parte la mia collega Maggie farebbe una presentazione di beauty and personal care. So, okay, let's start the presentation. First of all, I will share the presentation. Okay, let's see. So it works for you?
Yes, it works.
Okay, let me see. Okay, it works. Good.
Good.
Okay. So thanks Netcomm's invitation. Actually, this is the second webinar I'm doing. Last week we did one, and this is the second one. So it's a great honor to be here as speaker from Tmall Global, and very happy to talk with all of you. And I hope you guys have a good health wherever you are attending this webinar from Italy. So before my presentation, I would like to congratulate Italy of winning the Champions League. So it's really a good news from this week. So really hope after the pandemic, all the football fans can go to Europe and to Italy to watching football games again. So today with this opportunity, I will talk about the cross-border business opportunity and the new trends in Tmall Global. Particularly, we will talk about the fashion and the beauty category. And if some of you are interested in other category, maybe we can catch up after the webinar. So the first part, we will talk about the new trend in global imports in China. As you guys know, due to the COVID-19, so the overall outbound tourism spend dropped by 48%. From the 2019 to 2020. But the import business actually in China increased by 18% during the same period. So as the overall world lockdown, the overseas travel actually got restricted. So Chinese consumer, they can only turn to cross-border platform to purchase all the import products. And because of this, from the last year, actually, this trend accelerated the overseas brands joining Tmall Global in Alibaba. So from Tmall Global, from last year, actually, we have more than 2,200 brands as the flagship store opening on Tmall Global, and more than 29,000 new SKU products listing on the platform. Right now, we have more than 29 brands across 5,800 category. So right now, Tmall Global as one of the import cross-border business platform after 8 years business development already became one of the biggest one. So what changes actually in consumption after the pandemic? Actually, in the last year, because of the pandemic, it really had brought a lot of tremendous change in Chinese consumers' demand, particularly in the shopping behavior and the new demand, like the health and the well-being, already become one of the most important demand from the Chinese market. Also in Tmall Global, so later I will talk about our category. So like the health right now is one of the fast growing category in Tmall Global. And because of the pandemic, actually people spend more time in home. So the products related to home also started climbing. So for fashion, as outbound travel is restricted, so all the consumers, include the young generation from China, they turn to the cross-border platform for purchasing because they cannot go outside as before, or they can use the Daigou as before. So right now, Tmall Global in China, cross-border business for fashion is one of the most important market for the consumers to purchase. So let's zoom in Europe. And Alibaba Europe, actually, we started to opening our office 8 years ago. I remember it started from the 2016. And Italy actually is one of the earliest office we opened in Europe. Right now we have 5 offices. And from the overall business from Europe, right now we have 50 countries actually which have the brands or store opening on Tmall Global. And last year, actually, the YOY, the growth of opening is more than double digit, around 40%. And we call the last year and the year before actually double digit, double growth and triple growth. So even though under the pandemic situation, but the business growth is still more than, the double digit from the GMV side, also from the store opening side. In terms of country ranks, so actually right now, Italy ranks number 4. And like UK, France, Germany, they are the top 3. And also because the biggest category, among all those countries are the beauty and the category. Italy is a little bit different. Fashion is one of the most important category. So later on, I will talk about. From the fast growing category, here we put some niche countries like Slovenia, Bulgaria, Iceland, Greece. So the common point from all those niche countries like Iceland and Greece, because of the beauty category. For example, Iceland 2 years ago, we opened one of the most important brand from Iceland. The name is Bell Effect. And because of this unique flagship store, the growth rate of the overall country in Tmall Global, in Alibaba, during the last Double 11, the growth rate is more than 500%. And 80% of the sales actually driven by this store. And the Bell Effect ranks like one of the top 10 new merchant in cosmetic category. So this shows also the power of consumption from China, and shows also, for Chinese consumer, new brand from overall, from the worldwide, still get a lot of opportunities in China. So this is a category proportion from the Tmall Global. The biggest one actually in our platform are beauty and personal care. The overall is around 35–40%. The third one right now is mother baby care. So as I explained during the previous webinar, 7-8 years ago, when we started cross-border business in Tmall Global, actually the first biggest category is baby mother care because of the huge demand of the baby diaper and the milk powder. But after that, we started to drive more and more young generation, particularly after 1990 and 1995. So the huge demand of the young generation actually focus on the beauty and the personal care. And in the first years, so early stage of the Tmall Global for the fashion, so the growth rate is not as strong as right now, also due to the return issue because we are using the bonded warehouse model. So for a lot of, the clothing brands, they really have consent to send the stock to bonded warehouse if they don't have the offline store in China. So the return become an issue. But from this year, we get the solution. So return is not anymore a problem, an issue for the fashion category. That's why more and more new brands started to join the business. They can use a different delivery solution from bonded warehouse to the direct mail. So later on, I will talk. So this is so actually the category contribution focused on the Italy. So the thing is very interesting that only Italy, 18% of the fashion merchants contribute more than half of the sales. So Italy's fashion is very strong and it's very obviously. And beauty is second one. Beauty because of a few big merchants like the Kiko. And Kiko actually launched the store in 2017. And we give a lot of support from the operations side, from the marketing side, also the PR side. And together with the Alibaba Italy office, with Rodrigo, our ambassador, with the marketing team, and also Italian Beauty Association. Actually, we launched a very big event in Milan in 2017, together with a few big merchants from Italy. Kiko is one of them. And from that, the grand opening of the store got a very successful performance. And the Kiko until today is one of the most important and a big merchant in color makeup category, because in beauty, we have two subcategories. One is facial care, one is the color makeup. So it means that as one of the top merchants as Kiko, even during the pandemic situation, last year, the sales growth is really good. And the new product launch is very successful. Okay, so here I will talk about the fashion category, because today we are going to talk about two. So here we put our fashion category idol, like the film star. Because the Tmall Global fashion right now, the positioning actually is the younger international. So we use idol to also to represent our business, represent our category image. At the beginning of this year, actually we got Farfetch onboarded with Tmall Global. So this shows that fashion category, we got the opportunity to work with all the international brands. Right now, any brands you can name, we can find the product or the brand on Tmall Global fashion category. So fashion right now is a fast growing category within Tmall Global after the pandemic, and the demand jumps a lot from the China market. Here is the brand wall of the Tmall Global fashion category. So the right one actually is the last year's top 5 brands in terms of the sales contribution, so the GMV. The right part actually is the top 10 new brands. So it shows that in Tmall Global, we have not only the international renowned brands, but also some small niche new brands from the worldwide. So later on, I will talk one showcase is Misoma. Last year actually ranks top 10 as the new merchant. And in fashion category in Tmall Global, we have four subcategories. So from watch to bag, suitcase, and from the sport outdoor to the apparel and underwear. So all these brands are listed in the PPT. They have all the mono brand store or retailer store or the specialty store. And from the product side, as I told you before, all the brand which you can name, you can find the product from Tmall Global right now. And due to the limited time today, I will give two showcases from Tmall Global fashion category to show how new brands could work well on Tmall Global. So here, this is Misoma, a British brand, which was launched on Tmall Global in 2020, almost in August. And this brand actually already became category Nova in very short time. And once they opened the store, actually in the first week, this brand already achieved 1 million RMB. So it's about 150,000 euro. So this is amazing because within 1 week. And during the Double 11 of the last year, so it's around 3-4 months after grand opening, they exceeded 4 million RMB. And this year, during the half-year promotion, it's still one of the top fast-growing category. And sales actually achieved more than 10 million RMB. It's about 1.5 million euro. And the main category of this small brand actually focuses on the accessory. So why this brand as a new brand is not very big as the dimension, they don't have the offline store in China. Why they could achieve such a lot of showcase? I think there are some main points behind the success, because Misoma actually right now represents one of the right jewelry direction that the consumer like. The consumer mainly focus on the, young generation after 1985 or 1990. And before onboarded with Tmall Global, so Misoma and their partner in China, actually they did a lot of a good job for the incubation side. So they did a lot of marketing contents, the training contents, and put on the different social networking platform. So one of the most famous is a Little Red Book. I'm not sure how many of you guys know or you have downloaded this app. It's a little bit like Instagram in Europe. So consumer can really find the news, can find the comments from the KOL, from the star, or from the consumer talk about. So it's really important to produce all these contents and doing all those kinds of training for your consumers before opening a store, because we are platform. We give the opportunity and space for any brand to open a store as the second official website in China to manage it. But once you get the traffic, if you can convince your consumer to convert it, to buy it, it really depends on the contents of the brand, the image of the brand, also the product's value and the price, etc. So the third point is that they have a very good and close cooperation with the category team. So means choosing right product for the big campaign, like the Double 11 half-year promotion of the brand day, is very important in order to seize the opportunity to stand on the stage. So for the flagship store, the difference between online and offline is that maybe in offline, you can have 200 or 1,000 SKU, but from online, the main hero product is very important. because it will help the brand to drive the traffic and really to build the sales base. And if the consumer started to search your brand, the top one, I mean, the hero product will be in front of the consumer. So, okay, the second one I will talk about today is Coach. So why I choose Coach? Because Coach right now is a worldwide well-known brand in China. So the position of the brand is not very high, neither medium low. But the interesting is that Coach actually, they have both Tmall domestic store and Tmall Global cross-border business store. Because some of the brand from Europe, they will have the concern or the question why I need to open 2 stores in Alibaba ecosystem, I mean, on the B2C e-commerce platform. So this is a showcase to show that for a unique brand, actually domestic business model solution and a cross-border business solution, they can really help the brand to benefit the sales and help the branding growth with different, the consumer group. So the positioning of the Tmall Global store is differentiated product selection and operation. So this store actually opened by one of the distributor, and the collection of Coach in Tmall Global store is younger, and we have exclusive special supply from Coach in order to create an international second store. So the collection in Tmall Global is a little bit different from Tmall domestic because the consumer group are different. For example, if you have one store in Milan, actually you can open the second one in Roma or Venezia because the consumer group are different. The same thing for Alibaba ecosystem, for B2C business ecosystem. Right now we have more than 600 million consumers. It's difficult for any of a sales channel to approach all of them. So Tmall Global's average basket price is a little bit higher than Tmall domestic. And our consumer base, consumer age is younger than Tmall domestic. So for the brand side, actually, they can use both 2 channels to approach different consumer to seize different product and collection to touch their consumer. So for Coach Tmall Global store, actually the transaction grew steadily. So the first month, actually the sales already exceeded more than 10 million RMB. It's around 1.5 million euro. The reason behind why it's much higher than Misoma I talked before, because the Coach actually they had a lot of offline store in China, and the brand actually is well known in China than Misoma. So it's more easy for Chinese consumer to do the research, and it's more easy to convince the consumer to purchase. So this is the reason. And during the December last year's promotion, so Black Friday, no, and Coach's sales actually ranked the top one among the bag and the suitcase. So below the subcategory already ranked the top one. So it's only 3 months after. So it means that this is the power of a cross-border business consumer. So it shows that from Tmall Global, from the category team, we really could give the support and the resource for the brand who is already well known in China. So Misoma, who is not well known, we get the resource and the opportunity to help them to grow from 0 to 1. For the well-known brand like the Coach, we can help them to, to grow much quickly than the new one. So based on the different successful case, it proves once again that so mono brand store, Tmall domestic and Tmall Global are 2 different sales channels. So you can use this and benefit your brand from differentiated collection to operation. So brand can really approach different consumer group as an additional value, not competition. So okay, so I will stop and finish my presentation from the overall cross-border business to fashion and to showcase. So next part, I will pass to my colleague, Maggie, and she is a category leader of the beauty and personal care from Europe. So she will talk about the category trend to offer you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Marcella. Thanks a lot. Please, Maggie.
Thank you, Giulio.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Marcella, for your kind introduction. And hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. And thanks for your time for joining us here today. My name is Maggie, and I am the head of business development for European beauty category and personal care category. Okay, because I know due to the time constraint, I only have 10 minutes for a short introduction today. So I will quickly break it down to 3 parts. Okay. So first of all, for the foreign brands who doesn't have a presence in China market yet, what to do and to whom, your customer profile and how to. So first of all, let's look at our customer portfolio with Tmall Global, especially the beauty category. It's very important to understand your customer profile. What do they look like, and what are they looking for? Here we have a few typical customer portrait listed on the left-hand side. Okay, but they do share a few characters. They are the female dominant young group. Most 60% of them are born after 1990s. So not sure if everyone understands the importance of the Gen Z to the market. They are the key driver to the business. But we do have a saying in Chinese that whoever got the Gen Z group, who got the market. The second character is they have high purchasing power. Those who purchased over $200 per month accounts for more than 36%. And these are the customers who are smart, sophisticated. So compared to the other old generations, the Gen Z have more attitude to express in their purchase decision-making process. So they're no longer satisfied with the traditional first-tier brands, like those brands everybody very familiar with, Lancome, Lauder, those good brands. They are looking for professionalized. They're looking for high-performance brands. They're looking for niche brands, those like most trendy brands. And share with you one interesting example. Everybody knows the famous celebrity from the US called Rihanna, the singer. And when she launched her brand back to like years ago in America, we instantly got a customer inquiry here with our platform say, when can we have access to her brand called Fenty Beauty? So those are the group of people that we are dealing with here today at the Tmall Global Beauty category. On the page 2, let me quickly show you what are the customers looking for, especially after the COVID-19, or putting in another word, what kind of brands are more likely to stand out in today's market. The customer demand are becoming more and more diversified in China market. So here we have listed a few value propositions that are most preferred. First of all, the professional brands. Secondly, health to the environment and to the animals and to the customer's skin. However, please take a note here when we see when we mention the clean beauty brands in Western world, it's equally important, environment friendly, animal friendly. But here in today's age, it's still people care more about their own skin. So those beauty brands with a value proposition, they use environment-friendly material. It's not as appreciated in the Western world as in China. So the third one is a brand that provides professionality and high-performance functionality. And among all these factors, provide emotional value is always to the key to stand out. Because like I just mentioned earlier, the customer really want to express their own attitude through the decision, purchasing decision-making process. So based on our customer character and also the market insight, here we have listed a few categories that are most likely to be promoted by the platform and to succeed in the market. So the first two are under the skincare category. So the Tmall Global as a market leader and a trendsetter. Here we have 4 categories. The first two under the skincare category. The first one is a geek science. The second one is a clean beauty. So one focus on high-tech driven. The other one focus on the clean material. So like I mentioned earlier, customer no longer satisfied with the traditional top tier brand. They really try to understand what they really need. They understand what are the ingredients used in the product, and they try to customize their own skincare solution. Statistics shows over 45% of our female customers prefer to go with a natural or green product to improve their skin texture. They pay more attention to the ingredients. They even understand to use vitamin C in the morning to anti-sun damage, and they use vitamin A at night to achieve an anti-aging effect. So under the skincare category, the high potential subcategory includes facial mask, sun care, face cleaning, makeup remover, and lotion. And under the makeup, the cosmetics category, we have the makeup and fragrance. Under the makeup, we see many top-tier overseas brands have their first presence in the China market with Tmall Global. For example, Urban Decay, Too Faced under the L'Oreal Group, Urban Decay under the L'Oreal Group, Too Faced under the L'Oreal Group. They launched their first store with Tmall Global, and Charlotte Tilbury from the UK, Hourglass from the US. And of course, today we are having an Italian session. We launched Kiko, and as Marcella just mentioned, it achieved really massive results, sales results in the on our platform. And also we have another showcase from the fragrance category, which is Acapulco. We launched it last year, and it's doing really well, especially during the 618, the very recent big yearly promotion. So under the cosmetics category, we also identified a few subcategories that's most potential and promising. Those are the complexion category, which includes a foundation, primer, makeup setting spray, and also other colors products such as eyeshadow and fragrance, of course. So that's a very general introduction on the beauty category. And then for the rest part, I'll quickly show you what to do, how to launch your first store with us on Tmall Global platform. So here we offer 4 different options, customized for different brand needs. It really depends on the popularity of the brand. Of course, we understand those brands who could potentially join us have very good presence and a long history in their local country. But when they first come to China, their presence on the social media and also on the sales platform really vary. So we have different options. The first one is the platform, the marketplace model, which all gives the brand opportunity to open their own individual brand flagship store. The other one is so-called TDI brand station. It's a similar presence as the Tmall flagship store model, but in a much lighter version. That's more catered for SME brands, small, medium to small brands. All those brands who want to test the water, test the China market with a lighter operation and with a smaller budget. And also for those already highly popular brands or products, we offer this direct purchasing model. For example, Kiko, the complexion, the powder foundation, or Akapaka, they can be purchased directly by the platform and resell to the customers. And the other one is the Tico app business, where we call overseas fulfillment center, as more catered for traders and merchants who have large, massive, wide range of SKU pools. So that's the 4 options that the brands and the merchants can choose according to their own needs. And then what to do. So if the brand is first time enter the China market, it's very important for them to understand where are they currently at. What's their brand positioning? What's their marketing strategy? What's their product assignment and pricing strategy, and etc. Once they have those information ready, and they can approach our team, and then we'll try to match appropriate TP partner for them to do the online operation on their behalf. So for most of you who probably wouldn't understand what's a TP partner, let me quickly walk you through. TP partner offers the services such as store maintenance, day-to-day operationing, customer service, logistics, and also the marketing part as well. And the rest of it along the way, the brand will also need a payment solution and a logistics solution. Here we all have these facilities ready in our system, which is Alipay and Cainiao Logistic. Last but not least, for the brand, a new brand to the market, we offer a comprehensive full solution, all the way from the very beginning, setting up a store, to the brand incubation, including the sales operation and also the marketing investment, and then to help the brand to grow and achieve their good presence in the market. Here I have listed our full team. Here we have Marcella on the left. She's the head of the business development for the European area. And me, Maggie, I'm the beauty and personal care leader. And we have Annie, who is locally based in Italy, and also Freya. Annie look after both fashion and beauty category, while Freya looking after the fashion category. And that's all for today. And thanks for joining us. We will leave some time for the Q&A session. And if any of you are interested, you can reach us out on this, either through LinkedIn or through this email listed here. Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot, Maggie. Thanks a lot, Marcella. Maggie, can you stop the sharing, please?
Sure.
C'è qualche domanda dai partecipanti, da chi ha seguito fino adesso, per Marcella o per Maggie? Any questions? In the meanwhile, I have a question for Maggie about cosmetics, because we know there are something's changed about the animal testing for beauty products. Can you tell us what can change for beauty product? Because we know that Tmall Global can be a good first approach to the beauty market for China, because you can sell the beauty product without registration. You don't need a registration. So this is very good for brands new to China. But obviously, in the mid-long term, companies would like to establish a long-term relationship with including an offline distribution, and so they need registration. So do you have any news about this change in the regulation about beauty products, please?
Yes, thanks for asking. That's a very good question, and I wouldn't go into details in terms of the policy itself, but I will explain how it affects our cross-border business and what the value it brings to potential brands. First of all, it's a very good news, especially for foreign brands. Not sure how much percentage of the brands in Italy, their brand value proposition is anti-animal testing, vegan, right? Animal friendly. But it is a hurdle to many American US brands due to the animal testing regulation. Before this year, they never get a chance. If they don't want to do cross-border, they can never have any offline presence in China. So it really opened up the channels for foreign brands once it's implemented. Okay, so that's the first thing. So if the brand has a big ambition in the China market, and of course, if they have enough budget, the channel is really open now. They can have access to the offline stores. They can have access to more B2C stores such as Taobao B2C distributors, because many of them currently they don't want to do cross-border only products because of the circulation limitation. So that first of all, that's a very good move for the foreign brands. And then second of all, does it affect our cross-border business? I think it doesn't, because for brand new brands, Tmall Global is and the cross-border model is always the very first step to test the border without spending or investing massive budget, regardless if they have the ambition to do omni-channel or not. Tmall Global is always the first step. Yes, and not to mention the customer profile-wise, Tmall and Tmall Global is only 6% overlap. So we are totally looking at different models, targeting at different customer profile.
Thanks a lot, Maggie. I have a question for Marcella about the live streaming, a booming phenomenon for the last 2 years. You mentioned that some of the brands are using live streaming, live session with the KOL. Can you tell us more about this approach and how it's crucial for the success of online sales?
Yeah. So actually, live streaming now is one of the faster growing phenomena in China. So not only within Taobao, because within Taobao we have a dedicated channel, Taobao live streaming. Also outside we have the Douyin, we have a different platform business to do the same thing. So right now you can use this channel, can really help the brand to drive the traffic. And it's like the marketing tool to help the brand to talk about their business, their branding, and meantime sell the products. So I can give a rough idea right now. The live streaming business penetration is around from 20 to 40% of each brand. And within Tmall Global flagship store, so I mean the house and the average penetration is around 20%. So it means that we encourage the brand to do the self live streaming within the Taobao store. Otherwise, they can also work with the outside channel using the third-party agents through the KOL celebrity all do by themselves. Like the Nisoma, actually last year they did the live streaming in China, but collaborated with one of the British KOL. So this is one of the phenomena which Tmall Global actually from last year, we organized with different celebrities, international celebrities last year. And within Tmall Global, actually, we do have a few celebrity stores, and they just work as the ambassador for different brands and products. And they do the live streaming and sell the products. So this is a good way, actually. We mean, live streaming is just the marketing or the sales tool, but the advantages behind is that this is a fast way to introduce your brand to Chinese consumer in efficient way, because through the contents in written way or with the the picture or it's very slow. But right now for the young generation, for the new generation, actually they prefer to use the video, the short video, to quick understand and a quick approach all the new things from the worldwide. So in the future, if any, new brand have any strategy to enter Chinese market, I think short video or live streaming should be one of the necessary to do in the list to help the brand to approach their target consumer in right way.
Thanks a lot, Marcella. Thanks again for your presentation, very insightful, very interesting. Condivideremo le presentazioni, we share the presentation as soon as we receive from Marcella and Maggie, and including the contact details, so you can talk directly with the Alibaba team, Tmall team in Italy or in China. So thanks again and see you soon. Have a nice evening. Arrivederci a tutti. Grazie.
Arrivederci.
Bye bye. Bye bye.